This lecture we discuss the equivalent of two norms. First of all, we'll define about the equivalent of two norms. Let norm and norm naught be two different norms defined on the same linear space X. We say that norm is equivalent to the norm naught if there are positive numbers alpha and beta such that alpha times the norm x is less than equal to b norm of x naught is less than equal to beta times the norm of x. If it satisfies these property, then these two norms, norm and norm naught, are equivalent. For example, let x is r square and x is xi1 xi2 belongs to bx. Now we define the norm over the one norm as summation of xi1 modulus plus xi2 modulus. And we define the norm of 2 as the under root of modulus xi1 square plus modulus xi2 square. So now we have to check up the equivalency of these two norms. First of all, we consider the norm 1, which is equal to b, can be written as a summation over the I is equal to be 1 to 2 over the modulus of psi. And now use the Holder's inequality we have. This is less than equal to b square root of uh, summation of 1 square into the summation of modulus of psi I square power 1 by 2. Now this is our, if you consider this part, this is our the norm over 2, and this is equal to b square root of 2. So this is equal to b under root of 2 norm 2. Or you can say that this is can be written as the 1 by 2 norm over the 1 less than equal to be norm over the 2. Also, if we reconsider the norm over 2, which is equal to be summation under root of summation of xi I square, and we know that this part is always less than equal to be modulus of xi1 plus modulus of xi2, which is equal to be norm of x1. So if you consider of these two parts, we get the result 1 by under root 2 norm over 1 is less than equal to be norm over 2 less than equal to be 1 times the norm for the 1. So here we found the alpha and beta here are the constants, positive constants like 1 by under root 2 and 1. So the norm 1 and norm 2 are equivalent. Let's consider another example. Say that we consider this over the nth dimensional or finite dimensional space, Euclidean space. So for each x belongs to be x1, x2, so on, xn belongs to be a set x, and let norm x1 is being defined as a summation of a modulus of a xi. Norm over 2 will be defined as a summation of xi square power 1 by 2. And norm infinity is being defined as a maximum of a modulus of a xi. Now say that we have to check up the equivalency of these three norms, these three different norms over the set x. It is easy to verify these are the norms. We have already discussed of these things in the previous lectures. So now we discuss the say equivalence of say norm 1 and the norm infinity. So let x belongs to be a set x. For each k belongs to be a 1 to n, we know that the modulus of a xk is less than equal to b summation of a modulus of a xi, which implies that the maximum of a modulus of a xk over the k is less than equal to be summation of the modulus of a xi. And this is the definition out here, which is a norm infinity is less than equal to be norm over the x1. Also, if we consider the modulus of a xk is less than equal to be maximum of a modulus of a xk over the k from 1 to n. So this implies that the norm over the infinity here, or this implies that the summation of a modulus of a xi is less than equal to be the norm of x over the infinity, which is equal to be n times norm x over the infinity. So this we get here the norm over the 1 is less than equal to be n times the norm over the infinity. So by considering of these two cases, we have the norm over the infinity is less than equal to be norm over the 1 less than equal to be n times the norm over the infinity. Now, similarly, we consider the norm over the 2 and the norm over the infinity. We can consider the equivalency of these two norms. Say that let x is equal to be x, and for each k belongs to be 1 to n, the modulus of xk is less than equal to be a norm of x over the infinity by the definition, and this implies that the norm modulus of xk square is less than equal to be norm infinity square, which further if we take up the summation over I is equal to be 1 to n, this is summation over the yi modulus of xi square is less than equal to be summation I is equal to be 1 to n modulus of norm of x infinity square, which is equal to be, if you took up the summation for this I, this is equal to be n times the norm of infinity square, which further implies that this is by definition of a norm 2 and the norm infinity. We found the relation that the norm over 2 is less than equal to be under root n times the norm over the infinity. Also, if we consider k is equal to be 1 to n, we have a modulus of a xk is less than equal to be summation modulus x square power 1 by 2, which is equal to be norm over the 2. And further, it implies that the maximum of modulus of xk is less than equal to be norm 2, norm over the 2. Hence, we get the norm over the infinity is less than equal to be norm over the 2. And consequently, norm over infinity, by considering of these two cases, we have a norm over infinity is less than equal to be norm over 2 is less than equal to be under root of a n into the norm over infinity, which proves the equivalence of norm 2 and norm infinity out there. So now we consider the equivalencies of the two different norms in a finite dimensional vector space. So in a finite dimensional norm space X, every two norms, norm over the 1 and norm over 2, both are different, are equivalent. So let X be of a dimension n, which is a finite dimension, and say that E1, E2, so on En be the basis for the X with the norm of Ei is equal to be 1. Assume that X belongs to be X represented as a X is equal to be summation of alpha I Ei. Then by using above lemma, the lemma here we have already discussed up in our previous lectures. So let x1, x2, so on xn be a linearly independent set of vectors in a norm-linear space X. Then there is the number c greater than 0 such that for every choice of scalars alpha 1 to alpha n, we have norm of alpha 1 x1 so on alpha n xn is greater than equal to be c times modulus of alpha 1 so on modulus of alpha n. So by considering up this lemma, so we have a norm over the 1 is greater than equal to be c times summation of modulus of alpha I. Also by using a triangle inequality, the norm over the 2 is less than equal to be summation of ai is equal to be 1 to n modulus of a alpha I into the norm of ei over the 2 over the 2 norm, which is less than equal to be k times the summation of modulus of a alpha I. So here k I considered as the maximum of the norm of ei. We have this considered up. So combining up these two inequalities, we get the norm over 2 is less than equal to be k over c into c times the summation of a modulus of a alpha I. And this we can say that this c times the summation of a modulus of a alpha I we already considered up. This is less than equal to b k by c times the norm of x1 by considering up the previous inequality we had. So by considering this a is equal to be a c by k, we have this is becomes equal to be 1 by c into the norm of x1. So we have found that a times the norm of x2 is less than equal to be norm of x1. So by interchanging the roles of a norm 1 and norm 2 and proceeding same as above, we get the other inequality. And hence we get the result that in a finite dimensional space, every two norms are equivalent. To say that this is a question for you, show that the two norms we are defining up here, the norm over the 1 and norm over the 2 on the Rn satisfy of this condition. So you should check it out yourself. So thank you for today's lecture.